ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry ahead of tonight's Elite League regular season fixture between the Guildford Casino Coventry Blaze and the Guildford Flames. I'm Ed Kimberley, Stu Coles is to my right, and we're bringing you all of the action from tonight's main event live here on Blaze TV. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do so via the way of Twitter at Blaze TV Live is the handle that you can use. Tonight's game, part 2 of a back-to-back between these two teams. Coventry Blaze yet to pick up a competitive win this season against the Flames. Last night's game went to a shootout. The Guildford Flames winning that game 2-1 effectively. And so a rather impressive debut for new starting netminder for the Blaze in CJ Mott, who comes in replacement of Jamie Phillips. And Stu, a great resume. He was captain at Ferris State in the NCAA. A little unusual for a netminder to be captain, but we've seen Roberto Luongo in the EIHL have a C on his chest. And, you know, by all accounts, and looking at his clips, very, very able netminder.
Very able netminder, and did all right last night down in Guildford. Turned away 26 to 27 shots. And if you go on the road anywhere in the Elite League and you can keep the home team down to 1 goal, you've had a good start. So I think the Blaze will be looking for more of the same from him tonight. Yeah, and particularly against a very good Guildford Flames. I mean, by now everybody's sort of caught up in terms of, you know, line mates, chemistry, etc. But, you know, the Flames haven't retained such a key part of that core. I still feel throughout the year they're going to be half a step ahead. Yeah, and they've started to get on a little bit of a roll. They've won their last 5 games in the Elite League, so there's a little bit of momentum. There's a little bit of positivity moving forward. So they'll be a tough team to beat, as they always are. Yeah, opposite him will be the Belgian Walter Peters, who was excellent when he last played here at the Skydome Arena. And again, his stats similar to Travis Fulton, who again was excellent last night in Surrey. Yeah. He's a very good sort of, backup / third netminder, exactly where he sits on the rotation. He's getting the start tonight. He's appeared in 10 games this season in all competitions. He's got 7 victories in that time, so that's a pretty decent turnaround. Just over 90% saves, under 3 goals a game against. When you've got 2 netminders who you can throw in at any given time, and you're going to get that level of performance out of them, you're really in very good shape. Yeah, and in terms of the 2 styles of these netminders, very different. Walter is huge, a gigantic man, and a standing 6'5", 6'6", fills a lot of that net, and is that standard NHL build. It's why he went in the very early rounds of the National Hockey League draft to Chicago. CJ Mott went undrafted, a little bit smaller, stays in his feet a bit longer. Very, very good shot stopper. So it's going to be really interesting to see that matchup again. Having seen a low-scoring game last night, it may be that we see that again, and it is a case of defenses and netminders versus each other. Who's going to be the better of the two? The Coventry Blaze, of course, tonight are wearing their very fetching Christmas jerseys. Stu, Badlydrawn EIHL, that wonderful Twitter account that we all know and love, has their portraits on the front, which is fantastic. Yeah, they are a sight to behold, but personally, I'm very glad that the numbers and the names are clear on the back. True. Anyway, we're going to pause the national anthem now, and then it's time for tonight's main event. Just joining us, a very warm welcome to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry. Ed and Stu bringing you all of the action live on Blaze TV in this regular season fixture between the Blaze and the Flames. Stu, roster news tonight, if you don't mind, sir. Indeed, Guildford Flames tonight, starting netminder number 1, Walter Peters, will be getting the start. He is backed up by number 33, Mike Will. Travis Fullerton gets the night off. For the Coventry Blaze, otherwise they are as per programme. For the Coventry Blaze, just one change. Delete number 15, David Broll, who was announced earlier during the week that hasn't broken his foot. Yay. And has a slightly more minor injury. Expect him to be out of the lineup for a couple of weeks potentially, but So wait and see the longer term.
No pun intended. Big part of the Blaze roster, you know, on his game. If he plays, you know, to the top of his ability, changes the way that the lines play against him. Good north-south player, very direct, and of course that physicality is well known. The referees tonight, Stu, as well, are Mr. Rose and Mr. Hogarth. And a curious stat, Dylan Eichstätt with his 13 assists on the year and having yet to score a goal. Only James Pease with 30 has recorded more assists than Eichstätt to date without having found the twine. That's a fun little stat nod to the long-time servant of the Coventry Blaze, James Pease. We're underway here at the Skydome. Chris Polkamp under a little bit of pressure. Gets that one moving. Matt Polkamp gets checked into the boards by Ferguson. He always has a good game here at the Skydome, Brett Ferguson. Very quick, good hands, knows where the net is. Lawrence, Matt Polkamp and Ross Venus, the starting trio for the Blaze. TJ Foster, Brett Ferguson and Jamie Crooks, the starting line for the Flames. Although Guildford have got one of that trio changed and will complete the set as Blaze struggle to enter the zone. It's chipped in for Andrew Johnston to chase, who scored a rather fortuitous goal yesterday to break Travis Fullerton's shutout. That would have been his first of the year as Dunbar tries to dipsy-doodle past the Blaze left-sided defenseman. Oh, but a bouncing puck finds Johnston, twists, turns, and Ferrara scores! A highlight reel goal! And a superb assist from Andrew Johnston. Ferrara's hot streak continues with a goal, and the Blaze, just over a minute into this game, have got the first number.
The awareness from Johnston to realise where Luke Ferrara was, the spin and the one-timer, perfect play from the Coventry Blaze moving forward, finds the back of the net after just 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Wow, this is a really superb play, and a lot of the time, Stu, those don't come off. Jesse Craig tracking back, you know, that pass is astray. He's going to pick that right up, but no, that's pinpoint from Johnston. And we were just talking about that fortuitous goal he got last night to tie the game and take it to the extra frame. Nothing fortuitous about that. Wonderful effort from the former French All-Star, and wow, what a way to get on the board in this festive period from Coventry.
Indeed, first goal for the Coventry Blaze, timed at 1 minute and 3 seconds by number 19, Luke Ferrara, assisted by number 61, Andrew Johnston.
Now, puck will come down the other way, and the face-off will come to the right of CJ Mott.
Luke Ferrara's 20th of the season in all competitions.
Yeah, I think going into this weekend, correct me if I'm wrong, Stu, he was tied for the league leading goals with Joey Haddad, who in Cardiff has had a great season. Ends up at the point. Watts is going to drive one. First save in a Blaze jersey in the Skydome Arena for CJ Mott. Rimmed around the boards. Reddick will pick it up. And a stray pass intended for Jesse Craig. We'll get to him. We'll skip up. Johnny Curran on the forecheck. Puts the Flames under some pressure. Throws a nice body check on the captain. And Eric Lindhagen, the former Panther, can only find the skates of Charles Corcoran, and we'll get that one back. As Chucky Corcoran can clear the zone. Squirts free. Blaze able to get it to the neutral zone. Curran ahead of Corcoran to the net, and a good pad save from Porter Peters. It was more of an intended pass, I think, from Corcoran trying to hit Curran heading to the net. From that angle, he'd have done well to get it through. Stevie Lee puts it on the stick side, and Marty hangs on for a whistle.
Luke Ferrara indeed has a share of the top goal scored in the league this season with number 27 in the Guildford Flames, Ian Waters.
Oh, has that changed?
From last night's game, Ian Waters and Luke Ferrara, and tonight's from Luke Ferrara, put them both on 17, Haddad and Brendan Connolly on 16.
Ooh, good company at the top. And there's been a superb breakout season for Luke Ferrara, and Coventry Blaze happy to have him as well. Some good speed from Dylan Lawrence, drives the net. Save from Peters. Ross Venus will throw on speculatively to the net, as will Chris Polkamp. Dylan Lawrence tried to redirect that one. Ended up blocking the shot, but it was well intended. Chipped in by Cam Braze. Blaze get a stick on it. Matt Polkamp keeps it alive. Eichstätt twisting and turning. Eichstätt might get a highlight reel goal of his own. He's stopped by a big glove save from Peters. Wonderful net minding from the Belgian. Whips his glove hand across with a windmill. Matt Polkanen taking over here, drops it off. Eichstätt again. On the backhand this time, sends it to the slot. Blaze have it. Peters makes a save off Lawrence, who was last night's MVP. And Peters, well, they're busy with the two netminders in the first 5 minutes so far by quite some way here, Stu.
Strong start from the Coventry Blaze, getting shots really from every angle. They're looking to make sure that they get a lot of pressure on Wouter Peters very early on, just to see if they can test him. I say shot from the backhand there, just really a quick flick there of the wrist.
Yeah. That one sent out straight off the draw, chased by Foster, icing against Guildford. And Coventry will try and build on the momentum that they're steadily generating here in the first period. At Blaze TV Live, let us know how you think the start for either team has been, whether you follow Guildford or the Blaze, or if you're a neutral watching in on tonight's game during the festive season, or if you for Coventry. They have back-to-back against Nottingham and then Cardiff before the year's out.
Busy times there. Guildford are back-to-back against Cardiff over Boxing Day and the 28th, so busy times for everybody.
Yeah. It's always the calendar. It always throws up a bit of a head-scratcher over the festive season. Although it's all business, right? You know, more people have annual leave, the schools are off, you know, more opportunities to get the kids to the rinks, ticket deals depending on what's going on. So the Blaze will chip this one into the neutral zone. Akered sticks it ahead of Foster. There was a little bump on Schistel. Johnston. Drop off for Hamannik. Hamannik, oh, nice feed up for Ferrara. He's impeded by Akered. And the Blaze will go on a power play as the Swede graciously receives his stick back from Luke Ferrara. And he'll make his way to the naughty box for two.
Yeah, just gets taken down there by the stick there. I wasn't entirely sure if it was Akered or Lee's stick actually who made the impeding manoeuvre there, but it's Akered who's going to take the 2 minutes.
Yep. See if the Blaze can take advantage here, Stu. The power play's been one of their strengths this year. Kind of hanging around third in the standings as Curran sends one up to the back door. A great feed. Jumped off the stick of, I didn't see who that was on the left-hand side. Blaze have this puck at the half wall. Dropped in. Pass to the slot again, this time looking for Ross Venus. That was Andy Johnston, who's changed what stick he uses.
Coventry Blaze 18.8% on the power play, good for 4th in the league. Guildford Flames penalty kill 84%, 3rd in the league, so very well drilled at the back end. Yeah,
Blaze came undone against Manchester, who had the best penalty kill in the league not that long back, as Johnny Curran shovels that one round the boards. Ross Venus collects. Matt Polkamp's an option. He shoots, blocked on the way through off the skate of Baldwin. Puck's still there though. Dylan Eichstätt just unable to keep that cannon from clearing the zone. Halfway through this PP, Johnny Curran's tripped and the Blaze will have a 5-on-3. Griffiths leaves the lumber out, and that's a Christmas present from Owen Griffiths to the Coventry Blaze.
That's really not one that you want to be taking there. Yeah. He's just waving the stick needlessly. I know you're trying to slow him down and try and break that kind of breakout out a little bit, but you've got to be in better control than that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rookie error from Griffiths. You know, he's had a good season so far for Guildford, scoring a few big goals against the Blaze, and he doesn't need to be reaching that. You know, Johnny's executing the deke nicely. No, he's skating kind of the wrong way, so around the ice surface to do anything to challenge him. It's a bit of a gift, and the Blaze here. I want to get this draw one, get set up, and look at doubling their money here in the first period. Although that face-off win has ended up back in their own zone as CJ Mott looks on. Schistel well into the zone. The Blaze skipper pulls up. Right to the point for Drew Schistel. He might shoot here. Elects to lay it off. Larkinen thought about pulling the trigger. He will now, and a good save from Peters. Right in the breadbasket. But he hangs on. So the Blaze looking to use the left shot of Larkinen on the one-timer here.
really just lining up Larkin for the left shot as well, with Luke Ferrara in front for the screen, just trying to give a little bit of protection, or high screen out of Peter's sight a little bit.
Yeah, good face-off win. And wonderful hands from Larkin. I thought he kept that in the zone. Well, it would have been if he had. Did a good job anyway. The Blaze will break back out. 20 seconds left of 5-on-3. This is a big moment in this game already. Corcoran, Schistel, back to Charlie Corcoran. Left shooter sees that puck kind of get away from him, but moves it along the line. Larkin and Schistel shooting off the bar! I thought that might have been back bar, Stu, but play continues. Schistel to Corcoran. Wow. I'd be tempted to have a look at that one again. I didn't think it was high enough to hit crossbar. Blaze scoop one in from the slot. The puck's still there. It's under the legs of Peters, and he hangs on. I don't suppose we can see that one-timer, can we? No. Maybe in the period break.
They are going to. The referees are going to ask to have a review of that one, so they're just going to check.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be told, from what I understand, that we don't have goal line technology working here in the Skydome. So, unless they get any clear view of it.
Danny's got his iPad. I say this every time this happens,
but
no one seems to listen to us.
Yeah, but Danny's view is the same as what we've got up here. So I don't think.
Slow it down.
I don't think you can. There's no text, so they can't review it. They couldn't see anything in there. Couldn't see anything on real time. So the goal judge didn't put their light on either. So.
Oh yeah, I mean at that speed.
Yeah, but there's nothing there to suggest that it went in.
There's no goal line technology available this evening.
Yeah. So face-off will come to the left of Peters. Blaze have 38 seconds left on this power play. My mum always said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. The Guildford Flames will win that draw. Puck in the corner. Johnston grabs it with the hip to keep it alive and then fluffs his lines. Ferguson a little bit impeded by Johnny Curran, and Foster puts pressure on Johnston, who threw that puck away cheaply. Now Ferguson will kill the rest of this penalty. He might even get something else out of it. Good save by CJ Mott. Taking away that near side nicely as Venus steps in. Good drop pass. Curran. Eichstätt wants the puck. Guildford up it to full strength, so he won't, as Venus off the boards for Curran. Nice feed from Curran. Venus, he's somehow managed to keep it. We'll have to collect in the neutral zone. I think he was thinking about shooting. That might have been just slightly behind him in his stance. Bludoff gets a wrap from Stevie Lee, but has managed to bring that puck north beautifully. Still with Evan Bludoff. Baldwin manhandles him. Ashley sends one to the net. Oh, a big redirection off the falling Dylan Lawrence. Guildford pick this puck back up. I feel like the visitors need something here, Stu. A good offensive shift, maybe a power play. They are, however, offside there.
I think they'll get a little bit of momentum from killing off 3 minutes of penalties there. That's a good place to start for the Guildford Flames. And that neatly takes us on to a tweet from Marie, who's tweeted in. She says, it's a great start from Coventry. But I think the Flames are still on the bus, and she's from Guildford. And I think they were very slow starters, but that penalty kill, I think, is going to give them a little bit of momentum moving forward.
Yeah, it's good you're going to have a bit of jump after killing that off, and it's just turning it the other way that's important, which they look like they're going to do here, although that puck jumps off the stick of Dunbar. Reddick gets it to Rowley. Craig feathers one off the backboards. Jumped out in front. Waters on the backhand, and I don't know whether the shot was blocked or came off the pads of Mott. Either way, Guildford continue in the offensive zone. Those bus legs have certainly gone. Here's Rowley. Backhand. Oh, he sent it to the back door. It squirted awkwardly on the redirect. Guildford very much in control. This is exactly what they needed as they shoot off the pads again of CJ Mock down low. He moves pipe to pipe as Reddick cranks one wide of the net. On the length of the ice, Andrew Johnston's going to chase this. Walter Peters out to play it. Rowley. Ferguson chips that one up. And Guildford come the length again, just ahead of Crooks on the redirected pass. Ferguson all off the pads of Mott into the hands of the Guildford Flames. Spinning around, and that puck comes away from Crooks as Bludoff couldn't chip behind Stevie Lee. Foster's going to get on this one. Puck pinballs around somewhat. Deep through the legs by Evan Bludoff, and they'll chip it in, and the Blaze and the Flames both change. Good game so far.
Yeah, good game so far, and Guildford are very much coming back into it now. A couple of good shifts from their forward lines, getting a lot of pressure in on CJ Mott in the Blaze net.
Yeah, he's looked very composed so far, the Blaze netminder. Moves well. I think one of his strengths, it seems early, is a recovery ability. After he makes a save to get back with a good chance to make a secondary, as Dylan Lawrence comes across the line, way off the corner of the blocker of Peters. The Belgian didn't get a lot of that, but he got enough.
Yeah, that was not far away at all from Dylan Lawrence. Just turns, gets it on his forehand, and then just, again, whips it past. He uses Corbin Baldwin as a bit of a screen. And Walter Peters gets the faintest of deflections, but it was, like you say, it was enough to make sure that it didn't end up in the back of the net.
Yeah, Blaze do well in transition there, and the Belgian doing good here. Kashi will pick this one up into the corner. Shot from the point. Oh, it's in the back of the net! I think a gigantic redirection in front. As we'll look again. It's Matt Polkamp with the touch. The Blaze are up 2-0.
I think there's definitely a touch in front there. We'll see how it goes again, but it looks like
it's definitely Matt Polkamp.
It looks like it's it's going to get from Matt Polkamp. Shot comes in from the blue line.
Oh yeah, he gets
big redirect there from Polkamp.
Yeah, very, very good play from the Blaze again. Simple. Polkamp's starting position on that play is kind of behind the net of Walter Peters. Puck ends up to the point, and as that puck's making its way to the point, he just takes a couple of strides out to the net front. Defenseman doesn't pick him up. He's able to get his stick on it on the redirect. And Coventry have a 2-goal advantage here in the first period. Larkin is adjudged onside. He's spinning around a little. Guildford, under some pressure on the forecheck, are going to, I think, escape. Rowley will drop it off for Craig. Very nice calm play from Jordan Rowley. Waters dumps it in. And Guildford goes straight to work with some zone pressure, but Coventry take that puck back. Ferrara, great touch around Reddick. Larkinen shooting, block it away by Peters. Very awkward body position to get any power on that shot from the Finn, but the Coventry Blaze might have a chance here as they pinballed around a little. No one was able to pull the trigger. Larkinen, oh, great play from him. Sets up a chance back for Yanni Larkinen in front of the defense. Picked that up, Cruz Reddick pinching back down. Excellent work for Coventry. Another shot, this time from Ferrara's blocked. Chris Polkamp drops it in behind. John Dunbar finally gets a flame stick on the puck, and they'll get it out of danger. Both teams flexing their offensive muscles, but the Blaze are the only ones to complete the set of reps to complete the pun, as Waters chips that one clear. And that one is whistled as icing, as Dylan Eichstad attempted to play the puck, but he was unable to get anywhere near it.
Second goal for the Coventry Blaze, timed at 10 minutes and 32 seconds, scored by number 11, Matt Polkamp. His 10th goal of the season and 20th point as well in all competitions. It was assisted by number 18, Dylan Lawrence.
Yeah, Dylan Lawrence, who was the MVP for the Blaze last night. Timeout called for Guildford.
I think they've been caught there with a few guys on the ice who've been there for a long time. They really wanted to make a change but couldn't on the icing, and so Paul Dixon taking his time out quite early on here. Particularly given that the two teams had a very close game last night. He obviously knows his players and the energy levels that they've got at the moment, but there's got to be a point in the back of his head thinking, I would really rather save it for a little bit later on.
Yeah, I think so for sure, but it might just be a reiterating the fundamentals of what they need to do tonight. 2 goals where they've let the Blaze get pucks very, very deep, bodies deep too, and it'll just be reiterating they need to keep this team to the perimeter. But offensively, they've looked sharp. They've just not been able to beat the new boy.
Yeah, when they've had the puck and they've been able to control it in their offensive zone, they've looked good, but that has been for maybe 2 or 3 minutes out of the first 12.
Yeah, as Chris Polkamp zips one low glove, grabbed by Peters, and Guildford will get that change. Only a handful of seconds after Coach Dixon uses his timeout. One of the more affable coaches in the league, him and Todd Duthier up in 5 for 2, my personal favourites to speak to post-game.
Very willing to answer pretty much any question you put at them.
Oh yeah, always good for a chin wag as well. As Foster picks this one up off the backboards. Bludoff will poke this long, and Stefan Hogarth was in the vicinity as Johnny Curran had a foot race with Jamie Crooks as it's cleared long by Craig. A bump on Eichstadt from Ferguson. And here is Dylan Eichstadt. The left wing side. Corcoran tried to put it through the feet of the forward who was defending, and was picked up by the Flames and sent long. They will now recover back behind Walter Peters' net. Long pass off the pads of David Clements. It's good to have Clemo back in the lineup after missing a significant part of the season with injuries so far. Owen Griffiths on this loose puck shows some speed. Clements was lining him up for the big hit as the Welshman turned his back. Clements pulled out, and it was a gentle shove instead as Josh Waller tries to wallop the Blaze defenseman into the backboards, and Matt Polkamp chips it ahead for Lawrence to chase. He might get around Baldwin, who uses his body. The Blaze have the puck in the corner. Venus sends it out. Oh, what a wonderful feed from Venus to Matt Polkamp. And the Blaze are 3 to the good. Polkamp's second of the night. And Ross Venus with wonderful vision. He must have been to Specsavers recently, because that, I don't think anyone else saw.
Venus threaded that pass through the eye of a needle, and similarly Polkamp with his finish. If you look at the amount of space he's got to get this past Walter Peters, once Venus comes round and makes that play, look at the gap just above the shoulder there. That's the tiniest of gap that he gets that puck through, and that makes it 3-0 to the Coventry Blaze.
What a great start for the home team, and I thought we might see a low-scoring affair akin to last night, but Coventry clearly want to have a different type of affair. Puck's very much in the hands of Guildford here. They really need to get that next one, otherwise that hill is a little tough to climb as Rowley throws one in the glove of Mott. He hangs on. But the new boy gets a resounding round of applause from the Coventry Blaze. CJ Mott replaced by Scott Darling, the Stanley Cup winner of the Chicago Blackhawks in Innsbruck, who've had a pretty torrid season this year. And it's been quick to point out by a lot of Blaze fans that even Darling can't get above 90%.
Yeah, under 80, about 88, 89% for both of those netminders for Innsbruck. They really are struggling EBL this year.
Now, great league, as there's going to be a chance here for the Flames. Shot stopped by Mott. High on the glove hand, was able to get it with the capture. Guildford still pouring pressure on here as that Blaze third goes really put a rocket up him as Hammond gets checked hard by Reddick, and that will be icing against the Blaze.
Blaze got away with a little bit one there. They left the Guildford forward right in the middle of the ice, nobody anywhere near him. It was up to Mott to come out, challenge, and get quite big and square on, and he was able to stop it with the glove and a bit of the chest protector, but really shouldn't have had that much time and space in the offensive zone.
Yeah. Big hello to Mark Treadgold. He feels like he's watched every Blaze webcast this season due to his travel schedule. And it now feels like he's watching the game with a couple of friends. Mark, that's probably the biggest compliment you could pay us. We really appreciate that. And a Merry Christmas to you, as Hamnick has a bit of a push and shove with Brett Ferguson, as Ferguson landed a big hit. Guildford come the other way. And the Blaze had too many men on the ice as Dylan Eichstad was coming to change for Hamonic, but Guildford coming the other way meant Hamonic was unable to get off, and the Guildford Flames have gone to power play.
We see Hamonic's come back on, and you just at the bottom of your screen there saw Dylan Eichstad still just rushing back off, but he wasn't able to get off the ice until whilst Justin Hamonic was still effectively interfering with the play, getting involved.
Yep.
So that's a good call from the referees there.
Yep, and it'll be the Guildford Flames' first power play of the night. Great opportunity to work their way into a position to attack this play's lead. CJ Mott stares down that draw, and the Blaze are able to win it and able to clear the puck. Evan Bludoff, who looking very good on his feet over the last few weeks. He's a good skater anyway, but his speed particularly seems to have gone up a gear as Foster dumps that one in. Puck off the feet of Hashi. Foster again, this time at the half wall, will settle the puck down, sends it to the point. Rowley to the right-hand side. Jamie Crooks, who was on the puck, might get it back here, although they send it to the net front area. It pinballs around, and CJ Mott's got it. Saw it pinball off skates and sticks in front of him. Stayed with it and gobbled up the loose puck here as it hits his pads and grabs it with a catcher.
Yeah, just as TJ Foster comes in and just tries to jam it underneath him, he kind of just leans over the top of it and makes a very good save there.
Yeah, he didn't get flustered either. He just kind of, you can see his head still able to track the puck, and even though his body weight had shifted and he was losing his balance, he didn't look out really and down and out in that play. But for Guildford, however, they're going to feel really good at that, as they broke the Blaze there essentially. They just weren't able to put the puck in the net. Oh, that's a gigantic block shot from one of the defensemen who's stayed down. Blaze essentially defending a 5-on-3 here. Shot comes in, Mott makes a save, and the whistle now will go. And that was very, very similar to when David Clements got injured. Blocked a shot on the goal line, essentially, about 7 or 8 feet away from the post. Play continued. It's Drew Schuster who's down. And play continued then for quite some time, and the other team scored. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, they scored. They scored in that particular instance. I think the referees did well there. They were kind of letting the play go until it started to look like it was about to come towards Drew Schuster. And as soon as it looked like it was getting back towards it, the whistle was blown. And you could see the referees there. They had the whistles ready, so they knew they wanted to try and let the play go on, because that's ultimately the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Unless it's a very clear and obvious serious injury that you need to stop.
Yep. A real captain's contribution, real captain's play there by Schuster. Former Buffalo Sabres draft pick, throwing himself in the way. CJ Mott went to a couple of Sabres training camps.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, there's a link there.
It's what you want to see from your leadership group, putting their bodies on the line, making sure they're making those big plays, and block shots, particularly when you're on the penalty kill against the Guildford Flames power play. They're absolutely crucial. Yeah,
and Drew Schuster, another body this season who's had to endure a few injuries, so he's heading to the bench and not to the dressing room, which is a good sign. He might just have a quick once-over from the trainer. But either way, Guildford still on the power play. They have 55 seconds left. And the Blaze are in that defensive zone draw and will attempt to clear and execute the play from Justin Hamonic. Wouter Peters out to play the puck. And Callie Ackred to Dunbar will get the Guildford Flames going forwards. Reddick. Ackred pulls up. Jesse Craig winds up, drives. CJ Mott saved it. The rebound popped out though. He thought he had it. The Blaze decor boxed out nicely and are able to be first to the rebound. Good fundamentals from the Blaze back line, and a bit of a nod from Danny Stewart as they go to the bench. There's Cruz Reddick down the left-hand side. He pulls up. Back in possession. Waters drops it off to Reddick. Ackred on a deflected pass. As the Blaze are back to full strength. Dunbar in the corner. Sends it off the frame of the goal. Waters to Craig. Ackred right at the edge of the blue line. Nice play. Tried to pick out Cruz Reddick with the pass. And the Blaze are able to get this one long. Evan Bludoff will be first there. You might see him attempt something. Pulls up, allows help to arrive. Good play from Bludov. Hamannik will shoot. Saved by Peters. Puck's there. Looped off the blocker of the big Belgian. As you can see, the Blaze go straight back to work offensively after that big kill. Here's Larkinen. Hustles down the left wing. Tries to chip it in. Ferrara gets that puck. That is chipped in, grabbed by Peters. He hangs on for a whistle.
Some other games going on around the league at the moment. It's 7 minutes into the second period. It's Glasgow 0, Sheffield 3 up in Scotland. Also in Scotland this evening, Dundee 1, Nottingham 2. Also about midway through the second period there. 2 more games later to come. Cardiff, Manchester faces off about now at 6 o'clock. And Fife Belfast is a 6:30 face-off.
Oh, they've been struggling the last few weeks, Glasgow. They've got a good team up there, but seem to have, I know they've had some injuries, but seem to have find the wheels wobbling on the bus somewhat as Blaze picked this puck up. It's a big hit on the penalty box doors, which Johnston received, but he makes a feed looking for Forbes. Good defence to stop him having a tap in as Griffith sends one towards the net front in a similar fashion. Guildford going to work here. Good play by Clements to put his stick in the passing lane. Justin Hamannik, meanwhile, strips that puck. Alex Forbes. Wide. Oh, he manages to find Johnston. Chopped to the backhand out of nowhere. I don't know how that play occurred. All the odds said it would be a Guildford Flames takeaway, but well, the Blaze are clicking here. A minute and a half remaining in the first period. At Blaze TV Live, let us know what you think of this game on Twitter. Gord Baldwin hanging on behind the net. Puck up by the penalty box doors and dumped in by Corbin Baldwin. And away come the Blaze. With some speed from Dylan Lawrence. Had a lot of sticks. Hack and chop at his and was unable to continue with the puck. Last minute of the period. The Guildford Flames will want to put a comma at the end of the period if they can, as they dump that one in. CJ Mott's stick able to make contact with the puck. Matt Polkamp stripped, and while him and Ross Venus would have been away to the races had he not been impeded. I think it's Akred once again who's heading to the box, and the Blaze once again will go on the power play.
Yeah, Akred there turns around, realised that that Polkamp and Venus have him beaten there. Gets the stick in and around the knees. I'm not entirely sure it was 100% intentional. Certainly was getting the stick around and making the play. But we'll see another Blaze power play.
Well, we're just saying the Guildford Flames might want to punctuate the end of the period with a goal. They might still get a chance to here, although CJ Mott comes out to play it. Nice aggressive commanding play from him as Ferrara takes it behind the net. Blaze will, you think, have the last shot of the period if there is to be one. As Ferrara enters the zone and was chipped up off Waters' a stick into the netting. And we have a whistle. Stu, we need to catch up on the box score, I feel, sir.
Yep, 3-0 goals from Ferrara, 2 from Polkamp. Dylan Lawrence picked up a couple of assists as well this evening, and Venus and Johnston with the other assists.
Well, they're arguing as to where this face-off should be.
I think it should be out of the zone. I don't think there was any contact from a Guildford stick at all there.
Yeah, I thought I came off Waters. Either way, we continue. And that one goes straight into the benches, and this face-off now will be in the zone. To the left of Wouter Peters. So, Twitter.
Paul has tweeted in and says, love the proactive start from the Blaze. They struggled to keep momentum in the second lot this season, so hopefully they can manage that this time. He thinks CJ Mott is looking great.
Yeah, he's had a great start to this game as Hashi sends one on the net. Oh, it's heavily redirected. A scramble. The referee has called man in the crease. As, I think it can only be attested to Charles Corcoran as we have a look again.
No, I think they've called it because they lost sight of it. Didn't see any. Oh, they have. They have. You're right. They've signalled man in the crease, but
Ferrara's out. Ferrara's outside the D, and so is Charlie Corcoran. So yeah, I think. Yeah, they would play it out of the zone if it is.
Yeah, if it's a man in the crease, then it definitely should be outside of the zone.
Yeah. Anyway, face-up in the neutral zone. Very aggressive face-up line-up for Larkinen on this right-hand side. Oh, and a nice play from him. Plays at the buzzer. Hashi shoots! Good blocker save. They did well there, Coventry, to get that shot.
That was a really nicely drawn up bit of power play there. Larkinen coming out wide, threading the pass across. Nice bit of work there, and then just a bit of a scramble there to try and find Justin Hashi for the shot. Wasn't quite able to come off, but nonetheless, as you can see on your screens, it's Coventry, Guildford Flames 0.
And they've had a good period, a really, really good period. Everything they've done offensively has been direct. It's been kind of by the Danny Stewart playbook. It's been fine. I think Guildford haven't necessarily had a bad game themselves. You know, they've been lively offensively. That power play didn't look so bad. It's not like they're doing anything particularly wrong. It's just
bit of a slow start in the first few minutes, but otherwise than that, you know, they've been reasonably okay. It's surprising perhaps to see them 3 down. You were coming into the game tonight, you were probably, like you said, you probably expected quite a low score. I mean, last night's game there was one power play goal for Guildford and a goal that was a broken play off the back of the boards. You know, they were two goals that took quite special circumstances to make them happen.
Yeah, and again, having only caught the extended highlights of last night, it's tough to say, but very, very direct from Coventry. Guildford doing a lot of great work off the puck, off the cycle when they're able to get set up in the zone. It's two good teams. The next goal is crucial. Like I said, if plays get to 4, that's a tough way to come back for Guildford. They're a great side, really good. I don't know whether they're four-enhanced against how the Blaze are playing now good, but if they do, all bets are off. We'll see what happens in the next 40 minutes of hockey. We'll take a break for about 15, and then it's back to business. The Skydome Arena here in Coventry in this game between the Blaze and the Flames. Don't go anywhere. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome back to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry, ahead of the second period of tonight's Elite League regular season game between the Guildford Casino Coventry Blaze and the Guildford Flames. 3-0 in favour of the home team. After the first 20 minutes, they'll start this period with 1 minute and 18 of power play, and I don't think we'd have predicted the scoreline as it is before the game after the first 20 minutes, if that makes sense.
Absolutely not. I was expecting a close game between two sides that are looking to have a little bit of defensive stability. Certainly the Guildford Flames coming into this game in some really good form in the league. And it hasn't proved to be that way. You know, the Blaze have had a very good start, getting 3 goals in the first period. But as has been mentioned on Twitter, can they keep it going for the second, where they have had some issues in keeping that momentum going over the previous few games?
I feel like one of the Blaze strengths tonight has been their zone entries too. They've been very, very efficient.
Yeah, very, very good on their zone entry, making sure that they protect the puck when they've managed to get into the offensive zone, and also done very well in transition.
Yeah, Mott will come out to play the puck. Just a quick word, because of the Coventry accent, we have to work very hard to pronounce the T's on the ends of words that have T's. So, CJ Mott will be a challenge to my accent anyway. Hey ho, the Blaze will see that one going to the neutral zone as Guildford come the other way. Foster will shoot off the stick of EIHL into the netting, and we have a stoppage.
Hi at home to a couple of people. Hi to D. Langford, who's at home recovering after dislocating a hip, I believe, again, which is sounds incredibly painful. So I hope you're well, D, and that you're relaxing. Also, hi to my wife, who's at home still recovering from surgery. Hope you're feeling a little bit better than you were earlier. And hello to Madeline, who's may well be awake. I don't know. She should still be awake at this time of day.
Wonder if young Madeline's got into the snacks. Oops. Did I just say the S word? Sorry, Mum. Anyway, here come the Blaze in transition. They have to pull up at the blue line. Charles Corcoran gets them in via Ferrara. Ferrara's going to shoot here, blocked on the way through. Some nice work by Corbin Baldwin. And Coventry will mop up behind their net and break out calmly. 20 seconds left of this power play. Larkinen enters the zone. The Blaze unable to do anything with it. The start of the period on this power play has been a little lackluster. That puck will squirt awkwardly off the boards. Wouter Peters didn't spot it. That could have been one for the blooper reel, but the Flame was first to the puck as Evan Bludoff picks it out of the pile of players. Try to send it on net with Chris Polkamp lurking. Guildford back to full strength as Chris Polkamp drives one. It's in! Bludoff was in front. Whether he got the final touch or it went straight through via Polkamp, we'll check on the replay. But either way, the Blaze have a fourth.
I didn't hear anything on the headphones from any kind of contact. Chris Polkamp making a lot of moves in this particular shift. He went in, was very close a few seconds previously, comes back and then just winds up and lets loose. Oh, I think there might have been a touch there, actually. That
maybe.
Bludoff looks like he might have got a bit of a downward, a high-low tip there, but we'll see. See where they give it to.
Curious that, I mean, not that we could review it, but the stick of Evan Bludoff was pretty close to the crossbar. They have given the goal to Chris Polkamp, and therefore a rare thing in hockey with two brothers playing on the same team scoring in the same game. I don't know when the last time that happened in the Elite League was. Maybe the Hemingways? Were they before or after the Henriks?
Probably the Crowders this year.
The Crowders, yes, of course. How unthoughtful of me to forget about the Crowders, Tim and Paul. Tim, formerly of the Coventry Blaze, of course, as Guildford win this put back in the zone. Coventry take it straight back. Dylan Lawrence was unable to get anything on it. So technically we have a Polkamp hat-trick. As Guildford send this long, Lindhagen dumps that one in. CJ Mott will settle it down. Long stretch pass off the stick of Corcoran. It's picked up by Stevie Lee. Corcoran attempts a poke check. Evan Bludoff with a bit of a rough bump, and Guildford have eventually got this puck coming the other way, although Bludoff picks a pocket. He's in onside, but puck came off the skate of his line mate, and Blaze will have to head back to safety. Curran throws it off the boards. Bludoff will change for Larkin, completing the Johnston, Larkin and Ferrara line, which has had a lot of success since being reunited with the return of Yanni Larkin after some injury. Stevie Lee shooting, puck's redirected. Larkin off the boards. And Steve Lee sends that to centre ice. Dunbar tipped it, but the Blaze first to that loose puck. It comes in on Hashi from Waters. Throws a hit of his own on Reddick in the corner, who manages to keep this puck. Waters backhands it to the point. Rowley shooting wide of CJ Mott's net. Craig, Waters. Craig sends one to the net front area. It's redirected away. Luke Ferrara gets to that puck. I'm not quite sure what Ian Waters was doing there, Stu. He looked like he was kind of leaving it for Ferrara.
I think he tried to play it and missed a little bit, and Ferrara was able to pick up the loose change.
He's puck in the corner at the Blaze end now. Reddick under pressure. Shot comes in off the pants of Eichstad. And away comes Hamannik. Dumps one on net. Peters blockers it. Polkamp fresh off the bench. Wasn't able to do anything with the puck though, as Hamannik will dump this in. He gets checked. Shrugged it off nicely. There's that, attempted stretch pass from Rowley off Lawrence. Griffiths picks it up, but the Flames are offside. We'll have a whistle.
It's probably quite fortuitous in the Blaze there. Got a little bit of deflection, slowed that transition down for the Guildford Flames. So probably they would have had a 3-on-2 breakaway there if they hadn't have got that slowing down of the puck.
Yep. Chris Polkamp from Charles Corcoran and Evan Bludoff, number 21, scoring in the 21st minute.
It's his third goal of the season.
Thank you, Stu. The graduate of Bowling Green State University. 5 minutes having gone in the second. Long way back for Guildford here. Griffiths will dump that in. Mott comes out to play it nicely. Reads the game really well, the new guy between the pipes, Stu. And one of the things I like is he just makes a decision and he sticks with it.
Yeah, seems to be very quick at his decision making, but also very calm at the moment, and seems to be a settling presence at the back end.
Yeah, definitely. Faceoff will come to his left. Charles Corcoran over this for the Blaze. It was Ferguson for the Flames. Blaze have the puck coming forward. Corcoran drops it off. Bludoff wide of the net. Ferguson onto the stick of Foster. It's a board battle which the Blaze win, and they're able to chip the puck out. Steve Lee sends that long, and that should be icing against Guildford, and it is.
Worth pointing out to viewers at home, if you haven't already noticed, Drew Shistel hasn't come out for the start of the second period. He's not, hasn't recovered from the block shot that he took in the first period. So the Blaze now running with 5D at the moment. Yeah,
it was a hefty shot that he took as well. And you know, with the schedule as it is, Stewie, you know, I'm okay with them being cautious if it is just a precautionary measure. You know, they need their skipper back at, you know, full strength, rather than risking that injury being made worse as Ferrara crosses the blue line. Checked by Stevie Lee. He's able to keep that puck moving. Blaze have it at the point. Great saucer pass across from Hashi to Eichstad. Puck redirected over the top of the net. Only just though. That was looping. And the Flames were clear. Ferrara picks it up at the feet of Matt Rose, and one sent in. Rowley stumbled on it, but did the necessary, and Guildford Flames can come away with it. Dunbar will chase this. CJ Mott out to play it. Larkinen plays it down. And here comes Luke Ferrara. Hashi. Johnson heads to the net. Oh, Peters with a big rebound for Larkinen! And the Finn makes it 5! A mistake from Peters. The rebound pushed right out to Yanni Larkinen, and he buries it. And Coventry well in command here.
Peters hadn't had much to do with the first 4 there, but he's really got to control that rebound a little bit better because he's laid it on a plate for Yanni Larkinen in front of the net, who's never going to miss from there. And now 5-0.
You can kind of see what he's trying to do. He's trying to toss it to the perimeter with a flick of the wrist, but unfortunately, whether it was the spin of the puck or, you know, he just misjudged it, he pushed it right out into the slot. Yanni will never miss that. And the Blaze, with 5 on the board. Oh, they might have a 6th. Lawrence in! Oh, he hit the other net. The one above out to Peters. He got a heck of a lot of that, Lawrence. As we look again. Puck comes off him. He's able to win it back, and big arms whip it over the shoulder of Peters.
Just a little bit too much elevation. That 5th goal for the Coventry Blaze, timed at 26:44, scored by number 62, Yanni Larkinen, assisted by number 19, Luke Ferrara.
Yeah, Ferrara's second point of the night, after getting us underway in the scoring stakes. Puck dumped in, Waller will backhand this into the corner. Shot from the point, dealt with comfortably by Mott. Really having to think about those tees, Stu, as Lindhagen can't reach it. Griffiths was able to chop it out there. That was dangerous play, and the Blaze diving. They were able to clear it. David Clements stretching out. As Guildford chip it into Chase. Hammett calls for it. Tussling with Griffiths. Puck's ended up away from those two who aren't quite sure where it is. Guildford working it to the slot. Jordan Abd will shoot, blocked on the way through. And muscled away. Lawrence will try and dump it in. It came off a body, but the Blaze have managed to get it in the zone. Matt Polkamp, Venus, to the slot, Corcoran! Thought about the wraparound. Still going, he finds Curran! Good save from Peters. Great play off the puck from, well, every forward out there, really. They rotated nicely. And just look at Johnny Curran, all that space. Just couldn't find a way past Peters.
Corcoran and Chris Polkamp drew the entire Guildford Flames defence over to that right-hand side as we look at it. And Johnny Curran just exploited that space on the left.
Yeah, he works on his one-timers in warm-up, Johnny, but that one might have been able to spend a little bit more time on as he sends that one to the net. Dealt with by Peters, blued off, tries to chop it out the air. Chris Polkamp keeps that alive. Sends it in the general vicinity of out to Peters. The Guildford Flames come north. Dumped in by Foster. Crooks. Ferguson. Good play from Guildford as they get a stranglehold on the zone. Stevie Lee across to Ackroyd. He shoots. Mott saves it with a lot of traffic buzzing around him. Ferguson took his eyes away, but he was able to track it and hangs on as we go to the scores from around the rinks.
Indeed. End of the second period. It's Glasgow 0, Sheffield 4. The wheels continue to fall off the Clan bus in that particular game. Dundee 1, Nottingham 3 is the latest there. Also at the end of the second period. End of the first, it's Cardiff 1, Manchester 2. And the Fife Belfast game 0-0, but they're only 3 minutes in.
Yeah, I think it's Stu. Some interesting games developing around the rinks as Jesse Craig sends that one to Ian Waters. Big shot, but sent it low. I don't know whether he got all of it. Certainly wound up heavy. Puck ends up in the neutral zone. There's Jesse Craig. And Jordan Rowley will start a breakout here for Guildford. Reddick couldn't pick up the puck. And CJ Mott. Oh, great vision from Mott as Andrew Johnson had gone as the high man. And the pass was heading to his general vicinity. A Guildford Flames player jumped out of the air in the neutral zone to stop it. Good play from the new boy. He's going to be popular if he keeps this up as Craig, nice touch pass, although not well received by Waters. It does squirt through for Dunbar though. He's poke checked by Clements. Puck still there. Good hit from Dunbar. Hashi's grabbed that out of the air. Bit scrappy, because there's a diving Guildford Flames player, and Justin Hashi can't clear the zone. John Abdul hammer one into the glove of Mott. Saw it all the way. Still a save he had to make, CJ. Did it well. Through look again. Very scrappy. Guildford on the forecheck. A lot of pressure on this shift to do halfway through the game.
Yeah, really trying to disrupt the Coventry Blaze in their own zone and being very effective. Owen Griffiths there causing lots of problems. Big shot from Rowley, but Mott there just gets it in the glove and stares it down.
Yeah, Blaze able to get that puck off the face-off. In the neutral zone, Ross Venus took the body to make that play. Matt Polkamp's in behind. Oh, he hit the post. Oh, Matt. Nearly had the hat trick. Zygstad dumps that one back in. Good hit from Venus on Baldwin. Puck's there. Polkamp's trying to get it away from Abd. Sends it to the slot. Lawrence. Oh, a nice turn and shot from Lawrence. And the puck is there. Venus was able to swing at it while lying prone. I don't know what the Blazers have been up to in training this week, but boy, oh boy, is it paying off.
Some great hand-eye coordination from Dylan Lawrence as he makes the turn, gets the shot off, and then Ross Venus is digging around Walter Peters and trying to see if he can get something in, but the Guildford Flames defence almost collapsed on him and made sure that that puck was wedged underneath the equipment. Yeah,
aside from the fifth, you know, Peters has not been at fault for any of these. He's where he needs to be. He's made some spectacular saves along the way. Blaze are able to get grade A scoring chance after grade A scoring chance, and they're taking them. I think we'll go on to that point a little bit further in the next stoppage in players. Stu's got some stats up. As Evan Bludoff will come across the blue line. Dumps it in. Corcoran there, as is Curran. Curran back around the ball, only into the hands of the Flames, although was that Ferguson tried to come out in front of Peters dangerously. And Evan Bludoff, dangerously, is going to get a breakaway here. Bludoff on the backhand. Oh, good save, Peters. There's a penalty against Stevie Lee. Walter Peters did superbly. The deke had worked, and Bludoff just had to hang on a fraction of a second, right off the toe. Lee will go for hooking.
Yeah, he was feeling the pressure there from Steve Lee. He was kind of delayed, waiting for Steve Lee to put the stick round to try and impede him, and that's exactly what happened. So at least if he wasn't going to be able to make a clean shot, it was on a backhand, a little bit awkward for him. At least he was going to be able to take the penalty.
Oh, you're just talking about the speed of Evan Bludoff earlier in the game. Really looking like he's got his legs working well. I don't know whether he's changed something up, a different set of steels in the skates maybe, or a different cut, as Andy Johnston, if that face-off, will pick up the puck and get the Blaze settled down here. Eichstad drops it off. Venus to the goal line. Johnston, Eichstad. To Andy Johnston. Eichstad spins, Johnston shoots. Oh, big block off Craig. Looked like it kind of hit him in the chest. 1.5 minutes of this power play remain. Eichstad gracefully making his way forward. Johnston's going to get into the zone. Pulls up, drops it off for Johnny Curran. Back down for Johnston. Blaze zipping the puck around the perimeter. Eichstad thought about the pass for Curran, decided against it. Polkamp's camped out in front of net. Eichstad, Curran off the glove, rebound! Good job by Peters and the D, who clear it. That's where Johnny Curran practices his one-timers from, Stu.
That's exactly what he was doing. 4 or 5 in warm-up, and another one there that very nearly found the way to the back of the net.
Yeah, went low glove, came right off the glove hand and kind of just sat there. Again, Guildford boxed out enough to be able to clear that puck. Half of, 30 seconds left of this power play. It's not been bad from the Blaze at all. As Ferrara gets in, able to get it deep. Corcoran. Gets it back from Hashi. Hashi thought about the one-timer, gives it to Ferrara. Hashi will hit the one-timer, big block off Ferguson. Griffiths unable to dive it clear. But Guildford are imminently back to full strength as the Blaze have it behind the net. Corcoran under pressure. Gets it to Larkinen on the perimeter. Bludoff tries to push off his man, puck ends up in the netting. We'll have a stoppage. And both teams get an even strength line out there, Stu.
You alluded to it a moment ago about the grade A opportunities there for the two teams. You can go online on the Elite League website and it will tell you about the shot map of the two sides. If you look at the difference between the Coventry Blaze and the Guildford Flames, in and around the crease in the slot area, the Blaze have had 18 shots in total that have either been saved or blocked. The Guildford Flames have had 6. It's a massive difference between the two sides.
Yeah. As that puck's chipped in for Hamonic to chase. 2 Guildford Flames flank him. Reddick dumps it in. Hamonic was unable to pick up that puck and battling now with Foster. Lee will shoot wide of the net. Reddick fakes the shot on the turn. He dumps it in. TJ Foster twisting and turning, battles with Chris Polkamp. Reddick put it ahead of Jamie Crooks. Blaze able to get a handle on the puck, but don't clear. Ackeret shoots, saved by CJ Mott. Has Badlydrawn EIHL drawn CJ Mott? They must have done, because he's got something on the front of his jersey.
It's a Santa.
Oh, it's a Santa!
The number 30 was originally just going to be the
blood jersey.
The blood jersey,
the
keeper's blood jersey. But I think they've managed to very quickly print the name of Mott on the back as well.
I'm glancing down at our good friend Ethan Kane, the Blaze equipment manager, who might have been guilty of that as the puck again comes off Mott's equipment and the Blaze get it to safety. A big chance for Guildford. Coventry on side coming the other way. Chance, off. Current to Bludoff. Saved by Wouter Peters. Corcoran trying to muscle puck side of it. The referee, Matt Rose, has kind of got in the way, but Guildford get away with it. Baldwin right at his reach. Shoots, blocked. Current, fans on the pass and a big tip. Might have came off the pad of CJ Mott. If he did, that's a tremendous save. Guildford still have it in the zone, and Mott's got it again. It's going to take something special to beat that man tonight.
They've got a bit of a kick save out with the pad just moments before. Excellent work, and then here right on the doorstep, and he just collapses down, gets the glove over the top and traps it.
Big hello to Pauline and Malcolm Caldwell from soggy Devon. The whole family down there for an early Christmas. Ben, Rosie and Henry enjoying the webcast. Blaze look great. Yes, I think they do. There's Dunbar in behind the net. Sent out in front of CJ Mott, who's able to stay strong. He's been superb. He's been absolutely superb so far.
And you can kind of feel the confidence growing as every shot comes in. And he's just able to deal with it. Every time it gets a little bit more difficult, he's there to raise it a little bit further and just make sure that it's still a very calm presence in the back end. Doesn't look at all flapped.
No. And I just felt that there were games during the year where Jamie did look a little flustered. He might have got one that he would want back and wasn't able to kind of settle after it. He had some great games, don't get me wrong, but I just, so far, think that Mott settles into games very, very quickly. But look, a lot of hockey left, so it's difficult to make a comparison just yet between the two. But all the signs are good.
Yeah, certainly he's had a positive first 1 game and 35 minutes for the Coventry Blaze so far, but like you say, still lots of hockey to play, and it's important that the team have a little bit of solidity coming into the Christmas stretch. Such a busy amount of games coming forward over the next few days.
Yeah, look, you've got to have faith in your netminder, right? You never want your goalie to be a negative influence in games. There's that puck again behind the goal line. Is Guildford trying everything here? They're setting up differently. Every kind of 5-6 minutes, throwing different things, throwing different offensive looks. They send one to the slot. Craig shoots, blocked on the way through. Flarkin and Ferrara. Waters hammers one towards Dunbar, and there's going to be a fight. Hamonic It's short-lived, and Reddick, Hamonic, bit of a net front tussle with Cruz, Reddick, and a brief bit of fisticuffs. I've seen a fight in the Skydome for a while, Stu.
And we still haven't. It was the intent was there, and they're still very clearly very angry between the two players as they're still trying to separate Reddick and Hamonic now. But there wasn't a punch thrown. That was.
Yeah. And what sparked it again? A little bit of net front presence from the Guildford Flames, trying to take away the eyes of CJ Mott. Hamonic doing the necessary defending. 5 apiece for fighting, I imagine, will be all we see. And good for the Guildford Flames. That might be something that they can build up off. And they say in hockey, the only time that everybody in the building are on their feet is a fight and a goal.
Yeah, and the Flames need something to kind of spark them at the moment. They've tried offensively. They've tried, like you say, they've tried different looks. They've tried a few different tactics. They don't seem to be getting too much in the way of traction in that regard. So why not, play a little bit more physical, trying to get a little bit chippy, see if you can use that fight to spark something.
Well, the Blazers are going to be down to 4D now as well, don't forget.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So, not that he'd be counting defensemen on one hand before the... before he made the decision to throw the gloves off. Everybody in the media gallery telling us no instigator, which is very nice. We knew.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, we're going to see it continue to be 5-on-5 hockey.
Yeah. Well, the Blazers a little slow getting their line out.
I think they were just waiting for confirmation from the referee of whether it was 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, or whether there was an instigator called out. I think a call of an instigator in that particular instance would be very, very harsh, because it was clear that both people wanted to fight.
I'm going to whack you. I'm going to whack you back. I'm going to drop my gloves. Call me too. Let's have a good old Donnybrook and see what happens. Foster shoots short side. Oh, Mott able to make a pretty acrobatic save, in truth, to get up to it. So Ross Venus comes the other way. He shoots. Walter Peters has got it. Hangs on for a whistle. Blazers have an offensive zone draw to the right of the Belgian.
So both penalties there. Cruz, Reddick and Justin Hamonic get 2 for cross-checking and 5 for fighting.
Yeah, thank you, Stu. Trading Christmas presents. I mean, I don't think I'd want to cross-check under my tree, but unless, of course, it's cross-check clothing, Stu.
Very good.
I didn't even think of that when it just kind of happened, as Hans dumped in by Ferguson, roughly towards the net. Crooks unable to tip towards the cage. Steve Lee will dump it in. Oh, it comes off a foot, sent towards Mott's net and ended up behind. Guildford have the zone. Stevie Lee's got some space. Takes it in behind, gets bumped by Hashi. Puck's still there as Guildford trying to work it out in front off the pads of Mott, who was moving post to post, took away the low part of the net. Crooks tries to send it to the slot. He does. It comes out for Ackeret. He shoots, blocked on the way through. Ahead of Matt Polkamp. Can't get behind Stevie Lee. Ross Venus can. Oh, but he didn't take the puck with him. He had Dylan Lawrence in support. And that could have given the Blazer a 1-0 for Lawrence against Peters.
Just jumped at the wrong moment. He thought he had it controlled on his forehand, and the puck just flipped. And it didn't take it across the blue line, and then it ended up going in offside.
That's one of them where you head to the bench and he'll sigh.
See, that's one of those, when you're 5-0 up, it's like you kind of shrug your shoulders and go, oh, well, if you're in a 0-0 or you've been struggling to get any offensive traction, those are the sort of things that really get under your skin.
Yeah, 100%. If you're a goal down, those you swear a lot at. But here it was, Chris Polkamp gets barreled over. As a puck comes and dumped in, Cambrays took it off the chest. Huge hit came in from Brays. Puck in the corner. Budov fighting for it. Comes off Peters. This game getting very chippy. Both teams going at each other now as Brays down the left. Oh, a nice feed into the feet of Baldwin. Unfortunately, not on his stick. Baldwin's still in there. Puck sent to the net front, dealt with by Hashi. Davies. Unusually quiet, Ben Davies, in this game. He's usually using his speed to great effect, causing all kinds of problems for the opposition. Whether that's who he's been matched up against, I don't know.
Usually a very big presence for the Guildford Flames, but hasn't really been seen tonight. A little bit of a challenge there, but icing is the call for the referees.
I'm enjoying this game. I like that it's got energy, that it's got scrap, that Guildford have taken a big chunk out of this game so far, or a big chunk's been taken out of them so far. The 5-zip behind, but they're still throwing themselves at it as Evan Bludoff in a one-on-one battle, saved by Peters. They've not given up. They're chipping away. They're, creating offense, creating physicality. They've got a spark.
Yeah, they're not lying down, and they're still. This is still, often you see a game that gets 5 to 6-0, and then both teams take their foot off the gas for one reason or another. But not this team, not tonight.
There's going to be a penalty on that play against Alex Forbes. Puck comes off the stick of Larkinen, excuse me. Guildford back in their own zone. Spinorama from Craig. We're into the last 2 minutes of the second period, which is frankly flown by. Foster, puck eventually off the stick of the Blaze, and Alex Forbes makes his way to the box. Interference, the call.
Yeah, just kind of leaned on his man a little bit too much there, and ended up taking them both out of the play.
At Blaze TV Live, let us know what you're doing this Christmas. Do you have any hockey-related presents wrapped up under your tree? Although if they're for someone else who's watching, maybe don't spoil the surprise. I don't think I've got anything under my tree this year. I'm buying a house. I mean, I'm not going to get a washing machine under my tree just yet. At some point, that's going to be what I'm after. Yeah, it'll be quite hard to get it under the tree. Just put a little hot plant tree on top, if anything, as Blaze are able to clear that puck. As we approach the last minute of the second period, Coventry 5, Guildford nothing. Nice feed from Davies, but ends up coming off the skates of the linesman, and that's just kind of summing up Guildford's luck tonight. There's Jordan Rowley. Gets his feet moving. Gets into the zone. Ferguson. Hanging on. Guildford a little stagnant here as they move to the point. Rowley will shoot one hard though through traffic. Came off someone or something on the way through.
Yeah, just taking a look at the puck there and making sure that it goes out into the netting behind. Rowley just firing it into a huge crowd of people in front of CJ Mott. Two defensemen, two forwards from the Guildford Flames, and it takes something and ends up in the netting.
Face-off comes to the left of CJ Mott. Puck ends up leaving the zone. Akared first to it. Oh, he put it off the stick of Dylan Lawrence, who wasn't expecting it. Guildford recover. Craig attacks a seam between Polkamp and Clements nicely. Dunbar off the backboards. Lindhagen oversteps. Akared able to keep it alive at the blue line. Maybe one more shot for the Flames at the end of the period. Just wide of the net. And the Blaze go to the final frame with a 5-0 advantage against Guildford, who, I will reiterate, the Blaze haven't beat yet this year in competitive hockey.
And it's fairly straightforward bit of hockey for the Blaze over these first two periods, and they'll be very pleased with how things have progressed for them. Yeah, and they've been able to get contribution through really all the lines again. Polkamp's chipped in with a couple. Chris Polkamp from the blue line, Ferrara, Larkinen, on that Johnston line have both scored. Bludoff and Chucky Corcoran had the 2 assists on Chris Polkamp's score. They're 2/3 of that line. So Danny Stewart's got a lot to be happy about so far in this game. Yeah, I think he's going to be very smiley indeed. The thing is, for me, so far, it's still CJ Mott who's MVP. He's turned away a lot of really good chances from Guildford. And it's not just that, it's just how he's operated in that net. He's not looked flustered. He looks like he's tracking the puck well, tracking the game well, and we've rather generously given them a goal on the scoreboard at the end of the second period. When in fact, he's on his way to keeping one of those things that goalies sometimes keep that we're not allowed to say. Yeah, he's played very well in the first 40 minutes of this game, and I think that's what should be said. Indeed. A Polkamp hat-trick, Luke Ferrara continuing his good vein of form.
Guildford are going to need something monumental in terms of changing this game if they're going to come out of it with anything. Can they? Will they?
I think they've got the right approach. Get physical, disrupt, do a lot of those things, and that will be the best way for them to get back into the game.
Yep.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and I'm just giving a shout out to my mum and my sister who should be watching. Hello, this is me, Isaac. Hope you're having a lovely time. Bye bye.
Great words to sign up from Isaac Coles, youngster of our stew, and at some point, with words like that, we'll take one of our jobs.
Oh, it almost certainly, he's certainly going to get either you or me or both of us out of work very quickly.
And on that bombshell, I'm going to go contemplate with a cup of tea how I'm being usurped. Back in 20 minutes, folks, for the start of the third period. Internet's game between the Blaze and Flames. Don't go anywhere. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry, ahead of the third period in tonight's Elite League regular season fixture between the Guildford Casino Coventry Blaze and the Guildford Flames. It is Blaze 5, Flames nothing after the first 40 minutes. Guildford starting this period with 46 seconds left of a power play. Blaze have been the better team.
They have been the better team, and it is reflected in the scoreline. But I don't necessarily think it's been quite a 5-0, but it's certainly been one-sided.
Accurate. Sends it over to Jesse Craig. Source a pass just too far ahead of TJ Foster for him to do anything with, and a loose puck off Venus. Guildford Flames aren't able to do anything with that either. Walter Peters out to play it. There's a Blaze change their penalty kill unit. Dunbar off the skates of Foster. The lefty off the boards to Craig, who's a righty, and he's hassled by Polkamp, and puck forced again out of the zone, and Coventry Blaze back to full strength. And that's a good way from their home team to start the period, killing the rest of that penalty off. Craig off for Davies. Davies is stripped by Matt Polkamp. He has Forbes and Lawrence arriving on a 3-on-1. Polkamp goes himself and is buried by Lawrence. You can forgive Polkamp for going for the hat trick, and Lawrence tapped in the rebound, high off the chest, and it ends up being Dylan Lawrence who gets the Blaze 6th.
Great work by both Matt Polkamp and Dylan Lawrence. Look what Lawrence is doing here, right in the middle of the ice, heading straight to net. He knows that if there's something coming off, he's going to be in and around the area. Great direct play from Dylan Lawrence. And we'll see a netminder change as Mike Will is about to come on in relief of Walter Peters.
Yeah, Walter Peters chased from the game. Had made some superb stops, but he's not happy as he throws his equipment on the bench. Again, I don't feel much he can do with that. He took the shot right up high off the chest, kind of near the neck protector. The rebound fell out, and Lawrence was able to backhand it into the empty net.
It's a 2-on-1 breakaway, and he made the first save.
Yeah, it ended up with a 3 as Lawrence came deep, so to speak, through everybody, and then straight to the net front. Him just not giving up on the play, made it a 3, and the Blaze might have another chance here, and they've scored! Oh, Mike Will, I think he came off his skate. Johnston behind the goal line is able to fight this puck free. Off the defenseman's skate and through Mike Will's legs.
That's so unlucky for Mike Will there. He's got himself in a good position. He's looking back, but it just comes off the defenseman's skates and in.
Yeah, Andy Johnston will get given it. And you got to feel for Michael. Not even a chance to, make a save off a muffin, a floater from the point, anything like that.
11 seconds between the two goals.
Wow. Some nights are just like that, Stu. The Dallas Stars had one against Florida the other night. They were a bit of a hot streak. Florida rolled them 7-4. They were 7-1 up at one point. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way, and that's certainly been the case for the Flames tonight. So the Blaze are in 7 heaven, and look for another one as Stevie Lee able to shrug off Yanni Larkinen. And Davies enters the zone, drops it off. Shot blocked into the netting, and we'll have a whistle.
Those two goals, first goal of those, timed at 40 minutes and 59 seconds, scored by number 18, Dylan Lawrence, assisted by number 11, Matt Polkamp. That's Dylan Lawrence's 5th of the campaign so far. 11 seconds later at 41-10, the 7th goal for the Coventry Blaze, scored by number 61, Andrew Johnston. That's his 12th of the season. That goal was unassisted.
Yeah. As the Blaze will pick this puck up off the defensive zone draw. Looped ahead of Bluedoff. Chops it in for Corcoran to chase. Gives Jesse Craig a shove. A few speculative chance of we want 10. Blaze are a few away from that. Guildford across the line. John Dunbar still going, sends it towards the net, comes off the defenseman and into CJ Mott's pads. Does that count as a shot on goal? If so, I think that's the first save he's made in the period. Well, you've just given me a very French nonchalant shrug there, Stu. Huh. I like it. Guildford have this puck pinball in towards CJ Mott. He was moving laterally. Was able to stick out a leg to mop it up. No icing despite the appeals of the Flames bench. There are some games that are elsewhere going on. We'll bring you the scores from those in the next break and play. On Twitter at Blaze TV Live, let us know what you're thinking about this game. Dunbar, oh, he gets crunched by Chris Polkamp. Jesse Craig will hit a slap shot from the point. CJ Mott hangs on. Very commanding as he shields the puck from any prying sticks of the Flames. Stu?
Indeed. The two games that started earlier are both finished. Glasgow 1, Sheffield 5, final score there. And Dundee 2, Nottingham 3. Dundee mounted a little bit of a comeback in that third period, but they weren't able to get the win. So Nottingham get the 2 points on the road.
Yeah, thank you, Stu. Oh, a loose puck in front of Mott! And the Flames score! Finished off by Cambrais. Scant celebration from Guildford, but a cruel way to end the shutout bid for CJ Mott.
Yeah, just unfortunate there that that puck kind of came out behind the defenseman. Cambrais, they're picking up the rebound. And I say that again, the rebound control kind of in front, but there wasn't really anywhere else that he could put it in that instance with the leg pad. No,
he just kind of squirted towards him awkwardly, and you know, he'd done pretty well to get any velocity to kick that out of danger. I thought he was going to get it. The way he was playing, I really thought he was going to get it. But look, he's been exceptional tonight, CJ Mott, so the Guildford Flames are going to get a second or even a third. They're going to have to do something pretty dramatic. We'll get the box score on that going in a minute, as Guildford might get another. There's going to be a penalty against Coventry. As Guildford looking to try and close the gap.
That first goal for the Guildford Flames, timed at 42 minutes and 44 seconds by number 14, Cambrais, assisted by 77, Owen Griffiths, and number 62, Josh Waller.
Yeah, David Clements is the man going to the box.
2-minute minor for hooking.
Yeah. Pretty standard. He had to try and prevent his man from heading to the net front. Face off won by Guildford as well. Puck in the corner. Guildford just playing behind the goal line here, out for Jesse Craig. Sends to the back door! Oh, great save, CJ Mott, and a second! Oh, fabulous stuff from the goalie. Let's watch this again. Stunning.
First one is a nice bit of lateral movement to cover the post, and then second, reactionary from close quarters from Ian Waters on the doorstep. Excellent work by the netminder.
Yeah, stunning. Really good stuff from CJ Mott as Jesse Craig stumbles, but he's able to take that puck. Dunbar to the point. Big one-timer from Akred Low. Whether it was wide or it was a save, I'm not entirely sure. It had that much zip on it. Guildford moving this puck around nicely. They try and feed it through for Dunbar. To the back door again, and a chance from Akred, but he fans on it. And that puck ends up in the netting, another stoppage. CJ Mott, some stellar net minding, Stu.
Some stellar net minding. Your net minder's got to be your best penalty killer, and he absolutely was there, making some big shots.
Face-off is going to come to the left of Mott, who has a quick chat with the referee. Guildford are able to win the draw, get set up. Craig sends it to the back door, looking for the tip off Waters. A tumbling Polkamp kind of wiped him out a little. Guildford work it to the point. Akred shooting and scoring! Takes the water bottle. And the Guildford Flames get one on the power play. And it's the Swede who has that wonderful shot. And manages to beat CJ Mott.
Taking a look, I wonder if they're getting another look at this shot from Callie Akred. Comes down. Oh no, I think it's a fairly straight one. And now Danny Stewart taking that time out. And again, this is probably settle down and say, look, don't want to let them take our foot off the gas and let Guildford back in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Two in pretty short order there.
Yeah, definitely. By and large, they've played a good game up until now. They won't want to undo a lot of the hard work that they have been doing.
Yeah, they don't want to let their minds slip now.
That's sometimes, the curse of being so heavily in front. Stu, just tell us through the box score.
I'm just waiting for it to be announced.
Oh, okay.
I assume they're going to give it to Cali Acrid, but it's not come through.
Acrid from Crooks and Reddick, if I'm not much mistaken.
Indeed. Power play goal timed at 44-17. So Acrid's 12th goal on the season in all competitions.
Thank you, Stu. Good player. Very good offensive player.
He's joint second for Flames goals in all competitions, really? with Cruz Reddick. Only Ian Waters has more.
Wow. That says a lot. Dumped into the far corner. Guildford battling for it. Larkin then gets crunched and sat down by Ferguson. Blaze able to get this out of danger. Hamonic forced out in front. Another good hit comes in on Larkin from Ferguson. Brooks shooting, comfortable save from Mott and makes the all-important next one.
I think Brett Ferguson is one of my favourite non-Blaze players in the Elite League.
Yeah.
He plays the game physically, he plays a 200-foot game, and he's excellent in the face-off circle. You know, he's got a really good aspects of a very well-rounded hockey player.
Oh yeah, you don't have to sell him to me. I think he's superb. He has a nice, healthy, growing pointer on 19 and 32. Have you got his plus minus on this too?
I don't have his plus minus because I don't think plus minus is a very good stat.
Yeah, it's more of a team stat than an individual stat, to be fair. Evan Bludoff making his way forward. Poke check comes in, again the puck comes free. Clements. Oh, with a bit of a tussle on the backboards. Looked like he got a stick in the mouth. It's Cambray's unable to pick that one up. Braze sends it behind the net. Griffiths charging down the right. Waters is heading to the left-hand side towards the net. Guildford once again working their way forward. Reddick over to Waters. Drops it off for Rowley. He gets poke checked. Lawrence is going to make his way north. Looked like he had his stick taken away as that play developed early. And Guildford Flames able to bring this north again. Oh, a big attempted hit on Dunbar. Chris Polkamp rocked him. Read the body beautifully, Chris, and it was a nice hit. He took a big one in the second period and since has hit everybody he's been able to. As that puck's chipped in. Crooks checked into the corner. Blaze come away with it. Johnston, Ferrara, hard pass across, finds Hamonic. The righty who would have loved to have been a lefty there as Mike Will jumps out to pick it up. And he hangs on for the whistle. Stu, it's maybe a little premature, but shall we start thinking about man of the matches?
Maybe invite the viewers to tweet in at Blaze TD Live when you've got a thought on the man of the match for the two sides. You can vote for the Blaze man of the match. Hashtag Blaze MOTM on Twitter. Usually they'll start announcing that, taking those from about 10 minutes or so left in the third period.
Yep, Jamie Crooks will chip that one out. Maybe another chance here for Guildford, although came away from Foster. Ferrara in a foot race with Lee, no icing. Johnston behind the goal line. Oh, awkward bump into the boards for Ferguson. Steph Hogarth kind of gets in the way and Guildford uses that pocket of space to escape. Dumped in behind Mott's goal. Came off his skates as Forbes picks it up. Puck gets tossed up into the netting and we'll have a stoppage. At Blaze TV Live, let us know what you're thinking on this game. Let us know your thoughts on man of the match, as always. Stu, have you got your thumbs working?
I think the pace of the game has been a little bit slower over the past few minutes. Maybe both teams starting to settle into that final stretch. Certainly Malcolm Caldwell has tweeted and suggested Mott's been fantastic in goal, just what's been needed, and the defence seem to have more confidence with him in net.
Yeah, he looks good. You know, the Acker had one, nice shot through traffic, and the Cambray's got a broken play. They happen. I mean, look at the Andrew Johnston goal for the 7th of the Blaze. Sometimes bad things happen your way as Evan Bludoff is trying to bust his way forward. He's played out of his skates tonight, Evan Bludoff. I've really been impressed with his performance. As David Clements will mop this up. Ashy along to the penalty boxes. Dumped in aggressively by Corcoran. Curran might be the first bod here. Manhandled by Baldwin and Lindhagen. Griffiths gets it away from Venus. Away comes Waller. Loses it to Matt Polkamp. He's still on a hat-trick, don't forget. Ross Venus enters the zone. Has Chris Polkamp as an option. Does drop it off. Shot comes in from Eichstad, gloved by Mike Will. Wasn't able to hold it in the catcher. So they still have it in the zone. Jumps off the stick of Eichstad. Thought about the one-timer. Guides it in the vicinity of Matt Polkamp. Lawrence braces the boards, takes the hit well. But the Guildford Flames wrestle the puck off him. They come forward with Jesse Craig. Oh, he's wonderfully poke-checked by Chris Polkamp. He's been good tonight as well. Davies charging forward, shoots, blocked by Eichstad. That one will leave a mark. Rowley keeps it alive, sends it towards the net. Blocked out again by Polkamp, who takes the hit to make the play. That one's dumped in. And will be icing against the Blaze.
So you took part in question time for On Fire recently, where one of the questions was about who do you think the best defenseman for the Blaze has been this season? Your answer was?
I think I said Chris Polkamp.
You said Chris Polkamp. In fact, everybody who was asked the question said Chris Polkamp, and that shows the esteem that the young defenseman in his first pro season is making with the Blaze. That, you know, he's effective at both ends of the ice, and you know, for someone who's come in, like you say, first year pro, yes, NCAA is a good standard of hockey, but it is different when you're playing against guys who've got sort of 10, 12 years of that pro experience.
Yeah, and you know, he doesn't have the greatest size. You know, he's a little guy, but he's plucky, and that's what I think everybody likes about him. He'll mix it up with the big boys, like you said. You know, he's got a nice shot on him. He makes good decisions. His IQ's really nice. He's a good player. He's just a good player. And you know, if you want to say he's a replacement for Kevin Noble, which is probably fair, him or Hamonic, it's a good upgrade. The Guildford Flames come across the line. Shot goes wide of Mott. Oh, chance short side from Jamie Crooks. Mott went post to post. Net has come off. The referee's trying to put it on, which he has done. As the Blaze have come the other way. Johnston hunched over a little. Sent it to the back door! Oh, good save from Mike Will. Ferrara could have had his second of the night. And Mike Will makes a tremendous save. Look at this vision from Andy Johnson.
It's not just the vision, it's the execution as well. He's got a very narrow lane to get through, but the lateral movement there, not only is it the movement, but it's also the wherewithal from Mike Will to get his glove out, moving against him, because Luke Ferrara plays that shot excellently, coming back across from where Will has come from.
I don't think he got all of it, Luke, but you know, sometimes they're worse when you're moving laterally. You expect that to have a lot of zip on it, and if they just balloon up a little. As Clements hits the one time, oh, he got a lot of that, just wide of the net low. Ashy on the loose puck, guides it off the boards. Clements will send it back where it came from. No Blaze forward is below the hash mark, so Guildford can take that easily. Coventry pick it up in the neutral zone. Ashy at the red line dumps it in. Blaze get back on side. Waters unable to get that in his feet. Clements coming forward, saw Dunbar and couldn't get it round him. Coventry looking to freshen up a little as Guildford come forward, and Ian Waters himself is offside as he tried to shield the puck coming across the blue line, but his person entered the zone before the puck.
There's been a goal up in Fife. The Belfast Giants have taken the lead there, and it's Elgin Pearce who's the signing from Dundee Stars during the week. He's got a power play marker there for the Belfast Giants. And
what were your thoughts about that, Stu? Because I thought he was good for Dundee.
I thought he was good. He was certainly in the games here. I thought he was one of their better players, and it's a little bit strange given how they're struggling, why they've released him. But
yeah,
you know, I think with Belfast releasing Patrick Bronker as well, I think it was only sensible. You know, even if it is a short-term, I don't know if it's a short-term deal or not. I've not seen the details whether it's been announced or not. But even if it is just for a few weeks, you've got somebody local who's in the country who can step in and play a few games, whilst you maybe search for something else, or maybe you found him in the first place.
I thought Bronco was a good player too. He clearly had the skill. I don't know whether he was able to adapt to the physicality of the league as Bray shoots wide of the net. Mocked, waves his glove hand casually at it. He sensed that was going wide. Pop pinballs off a few skates. Coventry able to grab it. Chris Polkamp again, it is. As Blaze chopped this puck clear. Back to the coalface for Chris Polkamp. And a physical game for him. He's taken a couple, he's given more than his fair share. Puck wobbling on the stick of Venus. Oh, he gets crunched into the bench. Braze and Ferguson went for the hit. He's okay. Heads to get his change. Larkinen gets checked too into the boards. Ferrara in the vicinity. 12 minutes having gone in the period. Johnston trying to flick that puck to the back door where Hamonic was arriving. Guildford unfortunately going to get a 2-on-1. Foster sends it to the back door. Good play from Forbes on the back check. And now here comes Ferrara and Larkinen. Harry Larkinen pulls up, finds Ferrara. Johnston arriving! Scores! Andrew Johnston gets the Blaze 8th. And Johnston's second of the night as well. He drove the net. Will tried to take the low part of the net away. But Andy Johnston made them pay. Broke his stick in doing so.
A little bit of winter shinny hockey on the lake here, going forwards and backwards from both ends. Lovely bit of stick handling from Johnson there. He just manages to get that tap. Stevie Lee trying to get something on him, but he's able to manage to force the puck into the net. It makes it 8-2 to the Coventry Blaze.
Yep, face-off won by Guildford. It's a nice early Christmas present for Danny Stewart's men. As Clements, big hit on Jamie Crooks. He was kind of crouched down a little, which probably made it look a lot worse than it was, as Clements spins off that check. Played off the boards, and Ferguson will chip it ahead of himself. Hashi, anticipating the hit, went to the boards. Johnny Curran picks up that loose puck, finds Corcoran. Dumps it around the boards. Curran looking for an option. Drops it off for Hashi. Oh, nice stop by Hashi. Sends it into the glove of Will. He hangs on.
8th goal for the Coventry Blaze, timed at 52 minutes and 18 seconds, scored by number 61 Andrew Johnston, assisted by number 62 Yanni Larkinen and number 14 Alex Forbes. That's Johnston's second goal and third point of the evening, which makes it now 3 Blaze players are on a 3-point evening.
Yeah, he's got 2 goals as well, the second Blaze player to be on a hat-trick.
Yeah, T's got 2 goals, Matt Polkamp's got 2 goals and an assist, and Dylan Lawrence has got 1 goal and 2 assists.
Some good individual performances, and Danny Stewart has been calling for individuals to step up for weeks. The Blaze have done so tonight. Lawrence's long legs are offside.
Quite some way offside as well.
Does this change the league table anyway for the Blaze winning tonight?
It doesn't change the position for the Blaze. It looks like they are going to be staying 6th this evening. What it does do, unfortunately, for the Guildford Flames, with Nottingham winning as well, the Flames are likely to drop into 4th place tonight.
As Guildford pick this puck up, and they'll head north. A little uncomfortable for Reddick as he caught a piece of the defenseman. A chance fell out for Waters. Couldn't connect with the stick as Matt Polkamp drifts to the top of the slot, shoots, took a piece of Cruz Reddick and or Ross Venus on the way through. Guildford will clear. Dylan Eichstätt pats it back in. Ross Venus gets onside. 6 minutes to go. Christmas week officially begins tomorrow. You're off, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, I'm in work. Who else is in? Replay Rob's in. Let us know what you're doing. Are you broken up for Christmas at Blaze TV Live? How will you be spending your days off? With family, I trust, and friends who maybe you've not seen for a while. Stu, you doing Twitter?
I am doing Twitter. A couple of tweets in. Lewis Franks tweets in and says it has to be number 30 Mott for the Blaze man of the match. Malcolm Caldwell kind of in agreement there. 3 in mind, either of the poll camps or Mott.
I would not be surprised if he did. Oh, come on, I'm allowed 1. Cambrays drops off to Griffiths. Oh, nice skating from Owen Griffiths. That is one of his strengths, Owen Griffiths. It's going to be a penalty on the play as Mike Will heads to the net. Heads to the bench, excuse me, and out of the net. I didn't see who the penalty was on. It's pretty high sticking. And I think it's Andy Johnson who's making his way to the box.
I have to say I didn't catch it either, but he's not making any sort of complaints at all. So
Malcolm Caldwell tweeted in earlier, we want 8. There you go, Malc. Merry Christmas. Does that count as our gift to you? I'm not sure.
I should mention as well, with Belfast winning tonight as well, it does, if Belfast manage to secure those 2 points, Guildford may well drop into 5th place into the league, so it'll be not a great weekend really for them.
Yeah, crazy how, they're able to get 2 points out of the weekend. That's how tight the league is right now.
Yeah, but at the moment everybody seems to be beating everyone, and it's so changeable between each game, and it's a testament to Guildford Flames that the streak that they were running in the league, having won their previous 5 games, that had propelled them up into 3rd place, because other teams were being a little bit more inconsistent.
Yeah, and when the Blaze were, they went on that 6-game skid in the end. It was tough. They needed to snap it quicker. Evan Bludoff's going to get in here. Oh, he's yanked down. He wipes out Will. And I'm looking at the referees, and nobody seems to be indicating a penalty. Let's have a look. It's Evan Bludoff drives the net. There's Ackerd. I mean, that's going to be.
I don't know. Acker gives him a bit of a shove in the base of the spine and gets the stick around, but I think Bludoff, his edges are kind of. No, the stick comes up over the in around the midriff. I'm not sure that's a penalty there.
Either way, Guildford's down to 5-on-4. And they win the face-off. Cruz Reddick. Good in the dot, Cruz Reddick. Must be said. Not having a bad year. Just over 50% as Dunbar drives the net. Batted away by Hashi. Hard pass to the point. Jesse Craig shoots. Gloved by Mott. The rebound is cleared by Justin Hashi. It's Jesse Craig to the Ackerd. Cruz Reddick on it. 5 minutes to go. Dunbar to the slot. Oh, a big save, CJ Mott off a bomb of a one-timer, and he gobbles up the loose stuff. Another big save from CJ Mott, the American.
Another big save indeed, and the Guildford Flames doing very well on the positioning there for their power play. Callie Ackerd coming right down the slot in the middle.
Yeah, face-off's going to come to the left of the new Blaze netminder. He'll have a smile on Danny Stewart's face. His last season as well, he was concerned about netminder. He made 3 changes as Davies. Oh, a big tip in front. Mott's able to grab it. Face up to the right of Mott. Guildford keep that power play unit out there.
Wow, and why not? Guildford's power play is one of the best in the league. They're currently ticking over at 21.1%, second in the league overall, so they're really very effective. And they've had good pressure tonight when they've been on the power play.
Yeah, do they have a power play goal?
They do have a power play goal. The second goal from Callie Ackerd was a power play marker.
Yeah. They might have a third here as they work that puck well, but Jamie Crooks bails out. Shot comes in. Oh, heavy tip wide. Ferguson manages to play it along. Foster gets it back. Crooks is in front of the net. Rowley, he saw that one go off a stick and into the neutral zone. He tried to drop it off to TJ Foster, but Foster had to take it back behind the net, and now he shows us some speed. Pulls up. Sends it back to the point. Rowley to Foster. Ferguson pokes it out, wouldn't get it to Davies, and the Blaze might get an odd man rush again with Venus and Forbes. A third man arriving is Hashi! Stopped by Will. Blaze could have had 9.
Justin Hashey short-handed goal would have been the rarest of rare.
Yeah. As Cambraze might have a chance, tries to dipsy doodle around Chris Polkamp. Chris Polkamp stands his ground, gets a skate on the puck and spits it out as the Blaze come back to full strength. To a modicum of applause and cheers. Ooh, the loose puck off Baldwin, he fanned on the pass. The Blaze gets to the head of Lindhagen. It's hit by Johnston. Still has it, Eric Lindhagen shooting. Oh, saved by Mott. Dropped the rebound, but he grabs it. Good reactions from CJ Mott.
Yeah, very good reactions. He's shown that he's got good reactions throughout this entire game. And here the Guildford Flames bearing down in numbers and then just quickly covers up that rebound. Spilt a little bit, but was able to make sure that it was covered up.
Yeah, face-off will come to the left of the Blaze netminder. 2 games against Nottingham back-to-back, and then the Cardiff Devils are in store for the Blaze before 2020 gets underway. Puck sent round the boards, Jordan Abt. Lindhagen, oh, he lost it. Ferrara able to get it into the neutral zone. As Abt slows things down here. Tries to dump it in, comes off Braze. Hamonic can't get that one away from Josh Waller. The Blaze have got it behind Jordan Abt. Andy Johnston racing for it. Takes it into the zone, but batted away. As Baldwin sets it down for Lindhagen, Jordan Abt. As the Blaze are changing as we approach the final 2 minutes of tonight. So, Stu, who are you going to nail your colours to the mast of for MVP for the Blaze and the Flames?
For the Blaze, CJ Mott. I think he's been the cornerstone of the performance, but I would give a note to the Polkamps. Both Matt and Chris have had great games. Dylan Lawrence as well has had a good game. For the Guildford Flames, I think I would probably go with Callie Ackroyd.
The Blaze taking that puck behind their own net as Johnny Curran ahead of Corcoran. Corcoran driving wide. Oh, he tried to saucer pass it for Bludoff. Gets the loose puck again, Corcoran. Chris Polkamp shoots, pad save well, and he grabs onto the loose stuff.
How about yourself? Where would you be going?
I mean, I like Brett Ferguson's game again tonight. He's played well. Yeah, I'd go Ferguson. I know what you mean about Ackroyd. You know, he has the power play goal. I feel a little hazy giving a defenseman the MVP when they've shipped 8.
Yeah.
Regardless of how many he's been on the ice for us. Clements shoots off Jesse Craig into the netting, another stoppage. As we limp to the end of the game, although David Clements and Ian Waters argue about their favourite Christmas carol.
Maybe they just wanted to make sure that they got the right addresses for
oh, yes, of course. What was your postcode? It's GU, not GL. That's Gloucester, don't send it there. Etc. Just don't send it to RG, am I right? So he's able to prevent the Guildford Flames entering the zone. Rowley gets it back off a teammate. Puck sits idle in the neutral zone. Ross Venus was nearly able to grab it away from Reddick. That'd been a nice present for V. Has a wonderful assist on Matt Polkamp's second goal as CJ Mott makes a fairly comfortable save off a weak shot in the slot. As we are officially at the final minute of the game.
Indeed, just 1 minute left. I think it's safe to say 1 minute left in the game now. Can't see Guildford mounting the comeback from this point.
Well, if they do, I'll have to think of some kind of rude and unusual forfeit to do, Stu, for the next webcast. Stevie Lee sets that one down for Ferguson. He shoots, blocker save CJ Mott. Blaze try to clear the zone. They do. 3-point weekend. If you'd have said to any Blaze fan coming into this, you'd have got 2 points out of the weekend, I think they'd have been pretty chuffed. To get 3, very, very happy indeed, although the Guildford Flames will have a consolation at the end. A Will Day has been washed off. They're saying with a kicking motion, I think anyway.
Yeah.
Off the skate of, is that Ferguson in front?
Off the skate in front. We'll just get another look at it now.
Off his right skate.
Off his right skate. And as we've already mentioned, they can't review it.
No.
Because they don't have the goal line, any of the goal line tech at all. So
see that's the thing about...
What they're going to do is they're going to have a chat between the officials, and now they're giving it.
They're going to give it. I was going to say, because the natural motion of when you hockey stop is kind of like a kick. Mott's not exactly happy about it.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Attaboy. 8-3. And I think they're going to send a man to the box for unsportsmanlike conduct, maybe?
Yeah.
Delay of game? Yeah, whatever.
But you know, that shows a little bit of care and passion.
I love it already. Yeah. So Blaze will go short-handed for the last 30 seconds of the game. And I think the Blaze have found themselves a new cult hero. Ferguson enters the zone. TJ Foster was the goal, excuse me. Accurate. To the corner. Sends it out in front of swing and a miss. And the Blaze win this game by 8-3. They break their drought against the Flames with emphatic style. And Stu is scribbling the box score to try and catch up.
Yeah, that last one, that third goal for the Guildford Flames, timed at 59-29, scored by number 18, Brett Ferguson, assisted by number 16, TJ Foster, second assist, number 45, Stephen Lee.
Yeah, thank you, Stu, and good victory for the home team.
Very good victory for the home team. Just what the Blaze would have wanted coming into the Christmas period. You know, getting, like you say, 3 points in a double-header against the Guildford Flames. That's a big result for them right now. Yeah, pushes them a little bit closer to the Guildford Flames in the league standings.
They were 4 points away from coming into the weekend.
Yeah, they're now. It's now because of they're going to be down to. It's going to be a 3-point gap between the two.
Yeah.
But the Flames look like they might drop into fifth place. The Coventry Blaze getting themselves into clear in sixth now, with the Glasgow Clan losing tonight.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, Glasgow just keeps stumbling down the standings. So they'll have to do something. Whether it's change a few personnel. I mean, I know they've had a lot of injuries, but they can't keep heading the way they are. Anyway, Stu, I'm going to head down to ringside, and I will let you give us some post-game analysis. And ladies and gentlemen, from me, from Ed Kimberley, if you don't tune into another webcast until the new year, I hope you have a lovely Christmas and enjoy the new year surrounded by friends and family and doing things you love.
Indeed. Lots of Christmas time going on, and one of the things that myself and Ed will be doing is visiting the Nottingham Panthers on Boxing Day, as there's a little bit of a trippy going along to Nottingham on the 26th. I know Pete the Boss Man is going over to Panthers, Ed as well as myself. Rob is shaking his head.
Replay Rob's going to be packing.
Replay Rob's going to be packing because Replay Rob is going away on hollybobs.
Oh yes.
Brett Ferguson gets the Guildford Flames man of the match this evening, and I say a good performance, but I don't think anyone will be particularly happy from the Guildford Flames rosters with getting man of the match when you've lost 8-3. It's not really ever going to be a...
No, I can't imagine anybody who wants man of the match with a goal line like that.
No, indeed. One to forget for the Guildford Flames, and it will be one to forget because we know that they're a good side. They've got themselves towards the top end of the standings. You don't win 5 straight in the Elite League without being a decent side. Indeed. So that's enough of us wittering on. Man of the match is indeed CJ Mott. A fantastic start for the new netminder. He's getting a rousing cheer from the Skydome this evening.
Do you think anybody's mentioned about the wave?
I don't know if anybody's mentioned about the wave. I hope that he gets suitably briefed. At least he is a native English speaker, so a little bit less challenging than Miroslav Kopcheva last year. Tried to explain to him by sign language on how to do this. So I hope you've enjoyed the game this evening. Whether you've been a Blaze fan, I suspect the Guildford fans have enjoyed it less, but I hope you've enjoyed the coverage nonetheless. Any neutrals tuning in as well.
I tell you, sorry, there has been some fantastic goals tonight. So I think even the Guildford fans seeing those goals, they may have been some of them against them, but they were still good goals.
Andrew Johnston's assist, that's one on the first goal for Luke Ferrara. That is, to put that up on the highlights. Anyway, from myself, I won't speak to you now until New Year's Eve for the game against the Cardiff Devils. So I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a fantastic time with your families. We are going to leave you with the wave. So from myself, Ed, Rob, Dan, Pete and Jane, thank you very much from everyone at the Blaze webcast. Merry Christmas.